Hi there, everyone, and welcome to this daily devotional at New Frontiers Church. I'm glad you could tune in to hear this. Yesterday's was a little long because it was the first one. I'm going to try and keep them a little shorter than that, but I hope you're doing well. And just to say, please, if you are in any need at all, maybe it's prayer that you are asking for, or maybe there's something practical that you need doing, some shopping that you need fetching, please do get in touch with us. You can just email us hello@newfrontierschurch.com or call the church office on 603 319 1567. All right, leave a message there and we'll get in touch with you and see how we might be able to serve you today. So please don't be afraid of just getting in touch and asking for help if you need it. Yesterday, we just looked at a scripture from Philippians chapter 4, and where Paul says there, don't be anxious about anything, but present your request to God with thanksgiving, and then the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. But if you read on there's one more thing it says there, that it's not just the asking and the thanking that makes a difference, it's also the thinking. What we think about makes a difference when it comes to anxiety and peace, doesn't it? So I'm just going to read on from verses 8 to 9 now of Philippians 4, where Paul says this. He says, "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honourable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things." He says, "What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you." When it comes to anxiety, what we think about matters. And every day at the moment, our minds are being filled with images and words, from the media, from the TV stations, the news stations, recommendations from federal governments, from state government, the CDC, conversations that we're having, the things that we're telling ourselves, all of which can threaten our peace and fill us with anxiety if we allow ourselves to dwell on them. Which means we need to be wise about what we expose ourselves to, or how much. We obviously can't just shut ourselves away from the world around us, much as we might like to. We need to know what's going on, but we do have some control as to what we choose to think about and dwell on. Martin Luther once said, "You can't stop a bird from flying overhead, but you can stop it nesting in your hair." And so the best way to stop those thoughts from nesting in your hair, the best way of preventing yourself from dwelling on those maybe unhealthy or wrong thoughts, is to replace them with right thoughts, good thoughts. The best way to stop a bird from nesting in your hair is to make sure it's already occupied. The fact is, your mind cannot be unoccupied. If you don't choose to fill your mind with good things, then the world will fill it for you, or you'll just find yourself believing in the lies and the accusations of the enemy. The way to get bad thoughts out is to get good thoughts in. And that's true, for any kind of temptation, whether it's the temptation to be anxious or to be fearful, or the temptation to believe lies about yourself, or think impure thoughts. It's no good saying to yourself, I'm not going to think about those things. I'm going to stop thinking about those things. And the more we try to resist thinking about it, the more you are thinking about it and the bigger it actually becomes. So we need to take control of our thought life and replace anxious or unhelpful thoughts with good ones, with whatever is true, says Paul, whatever is honourable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable. If there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, he says, think about such things. It doesn't say specifically what kinds of things. It could be any number of things, I guess. The things that we've been blessed with, maybe the beauty of the natural world around us. But of course, it should all ultimately lead us to the most pure, the most true, the most lovely and praiseworthy thing of all, which is God himself. And so it comes back to us reminding ourselves of who he is and what he's done for us. Our lives have been totally interrupted by this virus. The daily rhythm of our lives have changed. So in these days of increased isolation, we need to start thinking about new habits, new ways of doing things. How will we use our time? And what things are we going to focus on? Taking time to meditate on whatever is true will be especially helpful to keep things in perspective. And so, for reading God's Word, for example, I want to recommend to you the Bible Project. You can go to bibleproject.com. There's also an app you can put on your phone with a reading plan. There's some brilliant videos there. There's such a creative group of people who produce this. There are podcasts, other great resources that go with it. I want to encourage you, if you don't have a Bible reading plan, this is a great time to start something like that, to use your time wisely and to be really getting into the truth of God's Word and meditating on that. For children, I would recommend the Jesus Storybook Bible by Sally Lloyd-Jones. If you don't already have a devotional routine with your children, this again would be a good time to perhaps consider starting one. You might at bedtime have a song and then a story and then a short time of prayer. You might consider spending time each day worshipping, to praise songs. There are plenty of YouTube channels that provide worship music with lyrics. Are there books that you've wanted to read for a while? This might be a good time to start reading. How about Christian biographies for a start? They are ones that really build your faith and fill your minds with good thoughts there. If you want suggestions, please again do email us at hello@newfrontierschurch.com. Love to give you some suggestions of things you might read during these times. Perhaps you have suggestions of your own. If you're a member of our church, please post them on our private Facebook page. We'd love to hear from you. And it's not just whatever is true and praiseworthy that we can be thinking about. Paul says whatever is honourable and commendable. If you are married, that might mean spending more time communicating and praying with your spouse. I saw a tweet yesterday by some rap artist who tweeted this. He said, "No NBA this weekend, so I talked to my wife. She's actually pretty cool." I thought that was hilarious. Maybe this is a time where you can spend more time talking to your spouse, communicating with them, praying with them. And of course, it might mean considering the interests of others. Paul says, what you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things. And one of the things that he'd actually been teaching them earlier in his letter was to have the attitude of Jesus, who did not consider his own position, but became a servant of all, giving up his life for us. In the same way, Paul says, let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. And one of the ways that we can prevent ourselves from becoming anxious is by thinking of ourselves less and thinking of others more. Who can you call today to check in with, to see how they're doing? Can I encourage everyone to think about that? Consider calling one or two people today just to see how they're doing. Who can you be praying for? This is something we can all be doing right now. Are there neighbours of yours who might appreciate a note or offer of help? Our church is actually putting together a team of volunteers, a team of angels. We're calling them Frontier Angels. And they're going to make themselves available to deliver meals to senior citizens in our community, to run errands, help the vulnerable and needy here on the seacoast. If you want to be involved in that, then get in touch with us. We'd love to have you join our team. We're also in the process of organising a number of virtual communities for our church where members will be in communication with each other and organising online prayer gatherings. We just want to make sure that no one falls between the cracks and that everyone is being cared for in our church community. If you're not presently a member of our church community but would like to participate, then please do get in touch through the website. So there's plenty of things that we can be thinking about and doing rather than just sitting and worrying. Put these things into practice, says Paul, and the God of peace will be with you. I'll be checking in with you again tomorrow. Hope to see you here then. God bless you for today. Amen.